Yo, what is up? Let me know in the chat if you can see me and hear me all right. And I'm trying to play music too, so let me know if you can hear that music. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of hang out tonight, ask any questions that you got about Amazon. Any questions related to Amazon, getting ready for Q4, general advice you want, or if you just want to hang out, let me know how you're doing. If you are here watching, drop a message in the chat so that I know everything is working properly. I got a new streaming and recording setup, so we no longer have the bed in the background. We made, quite the upgrade. Excited for that. Let's see here. I think the music is not working. Yeah, it's not working. All right. Let's see if I can get that music fixed. In the meantime, drop any questions you got. Okay. I think maybe you can hear the music now. I gotta add it to the stream and I minimize this. Let me know in the chat if you can hear that music. Let's see. Actually, I don't know if it's working. So, update for my business is next week I have a buyer starting finally. So I'm gonna have someone who my team's gonna find the leads every day, do the review process, and then I'm really just gonna be going in and putting in a quantity to buy. So I'm still looking at like that final piece of the data, and I'm giving it that one final review. We'll outsource that eventually, but that's what I'm gonna be doing for now. And then my buyer is gonna, after that process happens, go in at the end of each day and actually buy all the inventory. That's going to save me a lot of time and allow me to focus on other things, and really just be one step closer to completely removing myself from having to run any aspect of the business. Not working a job, the business can function without me, and that's really what I'm striving towards. That freedom that I think a lot of us start this business for, but end up getting caught up in actually running the business and being so obsessed with growth and all that. But I'm striving to get the ability to not have to do any kind of work to run the business, and this hiring the buyer is going to allow me to get one step closer to that. And that's like the last big piece that we have to outsource. From there, it's just like kind of tweaking our systems a little bit. But I'll be down to working just a few hours a week and then cutting it down from there. I'm really excited for that. Let me know if you have any experience hiring a buyer, or if you're just outsourcing your research or prep or whatever you're outsourcing right now, or if you're still doing it all as a one man show. Let me know where you're at in your journey towards freedom. I say that most people start up seeking out freedom, but if you had a different goal, you're starting it for different money. Like maybe your only reason for running this business is because you want to go to Disney every weekend. I mean, I know somebody like that. So yeah, if that's your goal, just let me know what your goal was in the chat. Oh, hey Cisco, didn't see you there. Did I work out today? I did some push-ups. I do push-ups just about every day. I guess you can't tell for some reason, but did you work out today, Cisco? This is who I was talking about with the Disney. Cisco, can you hear this music? I don't know if I set it up right. Your jaw crushed a Baconator. That is a good workout. No music. Interesting. I don't remember what I did to fix this last time. Does anyone happen to know how to get music to play on StreamYard? What's up, Shayla? I'm a one-woman show right now, going all in until at least the 1 year mark, and then reassess from there. It's definitely a grind at the beginning, and you're not going to be able to outsource everything overnight. Yeah, the first thing that I recommend people outsource is going to be prep, but once you get to that level, you'll know it. Whenever you can't spend more money in inventory because your time is going on prep, that's when I would recommend you start to outsource it, either by hiring someone in-house or by going through a prep center. Cisco says, same for now. Def looking into adding a VA. VAs are absolute game changers. Being able to have a consistent stream of products coming in every day, or just hiring VAs to do other aspects, like my VAs handle my repricing, my stranded inventory, removing feedback, customer messages, any kind of like small backend task. Being able to hire a VA to do that for you is going to be super helpful. And you don't realize like all those little tasks that they like actually add up to a decent amount of time. Shayla, when did you start? You said you're going into the 1 year mark. How long into that year are you? How long have you been selling? You guys are missing out on some awesome music. I got to figure this out. Can you hear it when I do this? Whenever I actually do a screen share for the music? Let me know if you can hear that now. Or how about now? Turned it up a bit. Can I do a daily live? I could consider it. I'm not going to make any promises. Are you going to show up daily if I stream daily? Still no music. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Shayla says 5th full month, first sale March 23rd. Awesome. Yeah, just stay consistent. Are you doing retail arbitrage right now? That's how I started. Saul, what's up, Saul? How is there some new sellers from like out of the US with the weirdest name and longest address? Sounds to me like they're from another country. Are they like drop shipping? FBM, bad feedbacks, things like that. It's facts, Cisco. Appreciate you always showing up and smashing the like button. Cisco's a real one. What's everyone's goal for their business this week? Like I said, I'm hiring my buyer starts tomorrow night, so I'm really excited to get him trained. So focusing on that and then just staying consistent on buying. This last like month and a half has been really inconsistent for me. I've been going through like spurts of not spending or spending like very little and then dropping like 30 grand all at once. And like the spend is still there for the most part. It's just irregular and inconsistent, which has caused my sales to be inconsistent as well. So hiring him is really going to help with just staying consistent. So that's what I'm working on right now. What is your top category? I don't know top one, but like my top 3 are going to be apparel, beauty, and shoes. Those are like the top 3 where my team finds product leads for us. And it kind of rotates, but generally one of those 3 is where most of our leads are going to be. Shayla says, I did it first, but more OA. Mother of 2 kids under 4. Husband is college soccer coach, so currently in season. Prep and sourcing all happens at night with kids in bed. Right on. Yeah, RA is definitely time limiting in my opinion. I found like higher ROI when I was doing RA, but OA is a lot more scalable just because you can do it at home, regardless of like if you have two kids or whatever. You can. That's the thing. Something you can do from anywhere in the world and pretty much wherever. So yeah, OA is awesome. RA can be fun too, but I don't do it that much anymore. Nike socks. Every new seller jumping on those. I remember a time not too long ago whenever new sellers couldn't jump on those because no one knew how to get that Nike Ungate. Fun story. I have only paid for an Ungate not an Ungate service. Don't use those. An Ungate like guide one time, and it was to figure out how to get Nike. I could not figure it out. No one was talking about it at the time. Now you join any free Discord and you can figure it out. But yeah, at the time, no one would share it, and I paid $300 to get Ungated and Nike, and yeah, it's a great brand. I sell a lot of Nike products. Saul, what is your top category? You asked me, but I'm curious, and if anyone else wants to drop in the chat, tell us what your number one category that you like to sell products in. How do you get them at how you get them at how you get them at discount sock lol, like how do you get socks at discount? You just got to know the websites when they have sales. Like there's several pretty big clothing stores that have periodic sales for 30% off pretty much site wide once a month, or 25% off socks every 2 weeks or something. So it's just learning those sales and knowing to go back to them time and time again. This isn't super common on clothes and shoes, in my opinion, or in my experience, but sometimes you can use manufacturer margin where you're signing up for a newsletter, sign up for text, whatever, and you get a coupon code every single time. So that can be another strategy. But in my experience for clothing, and you asked about socks, it's going to be just knowing which sites have those periodic sales and knowing to go back to them as often as they happen. Win says, Logan, when you ungated and when you get ungated in Lego, can I sell Lego Batman, Iron Man, Star Wars, etc., or just plain Lego? That is a good question, and it's going to depend on the ASIN. So some of those are like different branded ungates that you'll need to get, but it's just really going to depend on Amazon's system. So you might look at a Star Wars Lego set, and it might say that you're gated in Lego, and it might say you're gated in Star Wars, or it could say that you're just gated in Lego. So in that case, if it's just saying Lego, then you probably will be able to sell it. But if you're concerned, then just get like a Star Wars Lego for your ungate. So yeah, it just depends on every ASIN and if Amazon is counting it towards that brand or not. So yeah, just look at when you apply to Ungate, it'll tell you which categories and brands you are gated in currently. Cisco says, years ago, I tried to pay Logan to give me the Ungate. Great guy he pushed me to keep Googling to get the info free. Yep, I could have just sold Cisco that Ungate, but here we are. Saul says, I just sent my first OA order. Congratulations. Last week, it's mostly grocery and apparel. It's awesome. Keep sending out those shipments. Grocery and apparel. I used to do a lot of grocery as well, but now, like I said, more heavy apparel. Awesome. Congratulations on sending out your first shipment. Keep going. Scott R says, is your prep center live? We are unfortunately no longer offering prep services. I talked about it more on my last live if you want to check it out. But basically, we had staffing issues. We spent almost 4 months hiring, and we just couldn't get anybody, so we had to shut down. I'm going to get it in Lego, but not Star Wars. Okay, so what I would do is, if you're finding a lot of Star Wars products, then go and just ungate Star Wars. Probably you can get it from that same distributor that you ungated Lego in, depending on what you used, or maybe look at another Lego item that it's saying you're gated in Star Wars and just buy that from your distributor, But I would only do it if you're finding a lot of Star Wars items. You don't want to ungate an opportunity just because you're seeing one, maybe two things. But if it's looking like a really good product line for you, then that's when you should pull that trigger and go get the ungate. When you're welcome. Scott says, tried 3 times with a keychain for Star Wars, but always denied. Interesting. That's interesting. So you have the item so you're trying to sell an ASIN. You go to click ungate, apply for ungating, and it's saying gated in Star Wars and then that item is not working for the ungate, let me know, confirm that, and then I have something that you might be able to try, but that just sounds weird. Anthony says, any help on sales tax return? I mean, definitely talk to your CPA because it's going to vary state to state and based on your situation. But in my situation for Illinois, Amazon collects and remits sales tax. So we're just going in and for the Amazon sales, entering a zero return every, I think we have to file quarterly. Now, but if I sell something locally or something like that, then I need to report that on my sales tax. That's how it works for me in my situation. Definitely go talk to your CPA. Shayla says, could you help me work out a spend goal and how you worked yours out? I have capital. I just had 18K in sales. Awesome. Congratulations. Wanting to get to 6 to 8K profit by end of our first year. Definitely doable. So what you need to do to figure out your spend goal is it's really simple. It's really helpful if you have Inventory Lab for this. But you just need to determine what your average cost of goods sold is. For me, it's a little bit higher, but let's just say it's 50%. I think mine's actually like 51.5, something like that. But let's just, for the sake of numbers, use 50%. If 50% is your average cost of goods and you want to hit $100,000 in sales, that means you need to spend $50,000 in order to generate $100,000 top line revenue. So take that 50,000, and I like to go down to weekly goals. So that would be 12,500, I believe. So then that means you need to spend $12,500 every single week in order to get to your sales goal of 100 top line. Now, if you want to break it down by profit even further, you can just look at your margin and say my profit's like 15% or whatever, and then just do that same math to re-engineer towards your top line, and then break it back down to what your cost of goods is in order to generate that top line. Where should I get ungated in Lego? I believed I used EE Distribution. Hey Mimi, just applied to sell Lego, Star Wars, and Disney. Awesome. Yeah, those are going to be really good for Q4. A lot of toys are going to be really good. Rice Flips, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Love that profile picture, by the way. I used to be a pretty big Clash of Clans fan. Rice Flip says, are you botting some items? No, I've never done that. It's not something that I have experience in, but I do know that people do have success botting, but no, that's not something that I do. Scott says, I'm ungated in the keychain, but I try to ungate with a different ASIN for Star Wars and it hasn't worked. I won't worry about it right now. Well, I mean, if you have the product and it's saying that you're gated in Star Wars and you're using the invoice for that product to get ungated, then it should be working. I would recommend that you annotate it. Maybe the title on the invoice says Star Wars. You could highlight that. I would write ASIN and then write what the ASIN is. I like to tell people annotate it for like a third grader. Just overcomplicate, highlight, write in, circle the quantity, circle your address, do everything you can to make everything stand out for Seller Central. And that way, hopefully they can see all the information is there so that you can get ungated. I also have a video on this to where, it'll walk through that as well. When to win, I just said that. I believe I used EE Distribution. Rice Flips says, how was ASD? It was pretty good. So I definitely think I'll have more success the second time around because it is a lot to take in. It's a massive show, tons of distributors, tons of people there. My takeaways from it, though, are like it's about relationship building. So I was able to meet up with some people from Instagram, other Amazon sellers, and just get to know them in person and start to build relationships there. So that was really cool to connect with other sellers. But then also it's just relationships with the distributors. I did a walkthrough with Amazon Lit, and they were talking about how at the trade show, you're just kind of getting your foot in the door, getting a business card, exchanging information, putting a name to the face. And then afterwards, if it looks promising, you're opening accounts and then, getting the catalogs and going through it after the fact. This is what they said, Amazon Lit, 80% of the work for the trade show happens after the trade show. The actual trade show time is about building relationships. I have not. I'm not that much of a hustler, Cisco. Have you ever dumpster dived for free games at GameStop? I have not. Do you have any spots open on your leads list? Yeah, we have, I think like 7 spots open on the Wolf, but the Lion list is full. And going forward, I think we're just going to do the 10 capped list like the Lion because it's a higher price, but I think it's better. It offers more value with less competition. And also, that's what people wanted because that's the one that sold out way faster. And then the Wolf, yeah, we still have some options available. Wolf is $180 a month, capped at 15 sellers. And our average profit is 300 plus per day. I mean, some will be over 500, but on average, it's at least 300. And I would say the average probably closer to 375 to 400. I'll also say it's a lot of beauty, clothing, shoes that I would say are typically more advanced brands to ungate. The information is out there to get them, but just know that like there are going to be some gated brands if you're interested. Any tips on using SellerAmp for storefront stocking or sourcing? Yeah, I actually have a video about this. I can post it here in just a moment, but basically what I'm doing is I'm using SellerAmp and I'm just going through and looking for someone with reviews that has 50 to 500 reviews, and I'm opening up their storefront with SellerAmp, just clicking on their name on SellerAmp, or I'm looking for a product that I know performs really well, and I'm looking at who has a high buy box percentage on there because that tells me if they're selling this product well, they're probably selling something else well. So I want to storefront stock them as well. And then from there, I'm just manually going through and glancing at the Keepa graphs and the max cost, and then opening from there. Let me grab the link to that video that I made for SellerAmp. Definitely check it out. SellerAmp is a really, really great tool. There you go. That's the link for the SellerAmp video. I don't know that I've taken a dump at GameStop either. Absolutely not. If I discourage the use of leads lists, then I wouldn't provide leads lists. I do discourage the use of certain types of leads lists, which is why I don't produce them. I think that the lists that have 30, 40 plus sellers on them, I mean, what do you think is going to happen? When 40 people look at a lead, it's going to get tanked. So I encourage the use of leads lists if it's a low capped one. Mine are capped at 10 and 15. Going forward, I think they're all going to be capped at 10. So that's like the number one thing to look at is just make sure there's not a ton of eyeballs looking at the products. After that, figure out how to use a leads list properly. So don't be the person that's just buying them on the day that they come out. Be the person who goes back to 3 months old lists. Be the person who looks at the sale is happening. They posted a sale at Dick's Sporting Goods that's happening. So now I know there's other products on sale. I'm not going to buy just this one lead. I'm going to go and I'm going to look at that sale and see what other products I can find. And then you can also storefront stock people on those leads as well. So don't just, buy that list. Be the person who goes and does more. No problem. Scott says the one I'm looking at, Max 9 on the list. Yeah, awesome. I would that sounds good. I would try it out if the price and everything's good, if the reputation is good as well. I know of a few lists that have a 9 or around a 9 capped. Actually, I think I know one that is a 9 capped, and it wasn't that great in my opinion. So if you want to DM me and let me know which one you're looking at, and if I've used it before, I'll give you what my feedback is. I'm still on a couple lead lists myself because they're just really solid. Sounds good. At Logan Altberger on Instagram. Anyone else using lead lists, or what methods are we using to find leads besides finding them ourselves? VAs, leads lists, something else? Also, we talked about this a bit on the last stream, but I'm curious if anyone joined or is planning to join any Q4 groups. I've got one that I'm going to be a speaker in, and I'm really excited for that. But a lot of the ones that are like geared towards bolos and leads for Q4, I don't think are super helpful at the end of the day, just because there's hundreds of people looking at those leads. Mimi John says, "Do you have a Q4 group?" I do not have one, but I'm gonna be a speaker in one called it's Hustle Buddies, sponsored by Hustle Buddies. It's called the Insiders Q4 Extravaganza, I believe. Let me grab a link. Yeah, here's the website link. Now this is an affiliate link, so I want to be straightforward that I'm promoting this as an affiliate. But I've also been in their private group and paying to be in their private group for over a year. It's a group that I really believe in, and I'm going to be a speaker in it. I'm speaking 2 times throughout the 4 months. But basically, it's a 4 month long group where they're just giving like high level training, and then just all different kinds of live workshops. I believe it's twice a week where they're going to be doing training and preparing you for Q4 and beyond. Cisco says, once you've reduced hours in your Amazon business, what is next for you? What do you plan to do with all your free time? Start more businesses. What else would I do? I really like starting businesses. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so I'm just going to keep doing that and keep doing what I love. Sheila says, I'm considering leads list, just everything on my own, grinding hard. Prepared to put in the work right now, but as I said earlier, going to outsource around the 1 year mark. Hold on. Lead lists are, yeah, definitely a way to go, in my opinion, if you have the capital, which I think you said you do. I would recommend trying it out. Yeah, try it out. Do you have an opinion on Christopher Grant's $1,697 Q4 package? So I believe Christopher Grant's group, and I'm not extremely familiar. I've just seen a little bit about it. Is like heavily Bolo focused and leads focused. In my opinion, is that those are probably going to tank just with how many people are in the group. Now, I will say Christopher Grant teaching something and leading something, it's probably going to be worth it, but it's probably not going to be worth it just for those leads. Like Chris Grant is a really great teacher. I've taken his program, and you're going to be able to learn something and get a lot of value out of anything that his name is on, in my opinion. But don't be expecting to have like really good long-term leads, because when a lot of people see those, they're going to tank. And that's just my take. Said Wolf. So the difference between Wolf and my sold out list is just the subscriber cap. The Wolf is capped at 15 subscribers, and the one that sold out was capped at 10. But same profit, ROI, all that's the same as far as like the minimum requirements. It's just the number of sellers. The Lion is capped at 10, the Wolf is capped at 15. And going forward, they're pretty much all going to be capped at 10 and probably be at least $299. So this Wolf is capped at 15 and is almost half that price. Scott says, do you use TA and a VA to generate the lists that you sell? VA, yes. TA, no. Everything that we do is manually sourced. We don't use tactical arbitrage. I don't use that for the lists that I sell or the leads that I use myself. We don't use TA or any kind of like software. Just keep a seller amp, rev seller, manual sourcing, finding those manually so that they have more longevity. And because we just find better results that way long term. So yeah, all manual, but my team of VAs are the one finding them. All right, we're going to go for just a few more minutes. So let me know what other questions you have, how I can help you grow your business. Scott says I just subscribed to Chris's Rev ROI plugin. Rev ROI, is that the one that shows the best cashback options? I think I have that. I think I got it for free since I went through his program, but it's not something that we use super commonly. Yeah, best cashback. Yeah, it's a cool tool. Can be helpful. We're really only using Rakuten right now, and I think I'm gonna add Top Cashback and probably one or two more that I know are reputable. We've been sleeping on that because sometimes those other sites have better options besides Rakuten, but that's all we're using right now. We're gonna get that fixed though. Yeah, Chris has developed a few tools. I have that one. I have IP Alert. And I think he has a couple others. He's been provided a lot for the Amazon community. Let me know any final questions that you have. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping up here. I'll probably go live again in about a week or so. I've got a few Zooms this week, so I don't know that I'll be live again this week. But I will be recording more videos. Finally got some new studio equipment set up, so we're going to be back at it recording with the YouTube videos. Shayla says, do you purchase off your own leads list ever? Yes, I do. Yeah, I definitely do purchase on some of those leads. I'm typically buying less just because I know other people are seeing it too. So I might only grab a couple units if I'm going to be buying that list, buying that lead. Otherwise, I'm just sticking to the ones that we're not giving the lead clients. But yeah, I definitely do buy off those sometimes just to be fully transparent. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope to see more videos. Yeah, we're coming at it. I've been slacking, just being out in Delaware and running the prep center this summer. I mean that's not an excuse, but that's definitely like the reason why I haven't been posting as much. But we're coming back. I'm back and yeah, got studio equipment coming at you. If you have any video recommendations, DM me and I'll get that made. But yeah, we're gonna be making IG reels, YouTube videos. Might even get on TikTok a little bit. We'll see. I know, Cisco. It was an excuse that I was giving. Should not be an excuse, is what I was trying to say. The real reason is just I'm slacking. All right. Last call. Any questions? Drop it down. Shayla, thank you. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everyone being here and stopping by tonight. Thank you, Cisco. Hold me accountable. All right. Peace out. I will see you on the next one.